Oh, okay. Now I got it. Yeah, let me show you. Let me submit an access request in the back, and what will happen I'll show. Yeah, definitely. I'll explain Vinay. So in your system you didn't configure anything right, but the moment you are going to submit access request, it will reflect in the indirect, isn't it? Yeah, Vinay. Okay, right now I have aggregated. I have not configured provisioning because I don't know how to configure it. I'm able to request. So the removal group or adding group. We have done it right. Yeah, but we did. See, we didn't create the new identities. What we did is the identity was already present. We added it to the group. Actually, that was the entitlement management. We chose one entitlement. We gave the access to the entitlement, and we went to the Active Directory, and we saw that that group got the identity added. So, which proves that the entitlement management is working in the end directory right. But what I want to see is now Rakesh is coming from HR, and automatically Rakesh is pushed to the Active Directory. This is what I want, to create the identity in the Active Directory automatically. Okay. In the earlier case, Rakesh was already present. We just added with the Active Directory group, which is kind of entitlement management, right? We did the entitlement management. Now I want to see the provisioning, which is like creating identity in end directory. Because if I'm going to say joiner, then it's not possible to create a phone for each and everything. Joiner is not possible, then. Let me check. Okay, so access request has been submitted. In the back end, how it's going to replicate. We'll check quickly. So the access request number is 100. We click Go to Debug page. So identity request. Some access request has been generated. Open that. Add an equal list. Now some provisioning plan has generated. Here you can check. This is the provisioning plan. So the first workflow, we'll call this provisioning plan. It will compile the entire provisioning project. So provisioning project may have 1 or 2 provisioning plans, multiple provisioning plans. Here you can check. This is the provisioning project. So inside that provisioning plan will be there. It's going to compile. So in the provisioning plan, each and every details will be there, like what application, what is the operation, what is the user details, what is the flow. Each and everything will be there. And which entitlement you are going to add. What roles? What is the assignment? Each and everything will be there. So the first sub-workflow, it's responsible to capture this value. And from this provisioning plan, it will check the items. Items mean entitlement and roles. In the second one, it will generate the access request. Access request means work item will be generated, and it will forward it to the managers. and line manager or entitlement owner, role owner. So this is the first sub-workflow job. Is it clear? Using this provisioning plan. Any questions on this? Yeah, it's clear, but I'm not able to align what we are learning actually. The provisioning plan looks like to me. It's already in the provisioning state. It won't take much time in the back end. So we have to go through the workflow how it's going to work. It will get added automatically within 5 or 6 seconds, I can say. So how? Yeah, so you just assume. You just assume, like if 100 users are coming in production, and they all have to get created in 80, I suspect this is the process followed. I really suspect, because otherwise it's going to make it too slow and non-responsive. This looks like to me. I may be wrong. No, I'm not. This looks like to me. We'll come to the 80 part later. I'll explain definitely. So this is the normal process. This is how provisioning is going to happen. And apart from any kind of application, this is how the provisioning flow is going to work. Yeah, this is looking like some kind of a birthright provisioning process, which speaks about once you have the account created. Now which all entitlements you should be given as a birthright. So it looks like a package of, birthright provisioning where you can define maybe 5 directories. You should get the access, like some to reader, some to some other access, and all that stuff. So we make a plan and that plan gets executed and it takes a while. This gives an impression I'm telling you. This is giving me the impression. But it's not giving me an impression of the identity provisioning, what is called like creating accounts and identity on first place. Yeah. If you want to create some ID or forms, in that scenario we'll be having forms. Now we have submitted access requests. One form has been generated right. So using that provisioning, identity creation will happen. That's what I'm saying. We'll talk about the ID creation or identity creation later. So this is the provisioning flow. It's going to be work. So first provisioning plan has to be generated, apart from any kind of application, any access level, and there's business cases like when it is done. I want to understand the business case. When are we supposed to do this? What is the business scenario, business case are we covering here? This is what I want to know. When we do this, I mean to say what is the, in order to fulfill what kind of requirements we do this. Okay. When we are doing some kind of a stuff which is doing birthright provisioning. So I wanted to understand that. This is the business. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll learn as part of the events. So today we are in general terms. We are going to learn about provisioning. How the provisioning is going to happen. Provisioning means upon creation, entitlement, addition groups, everything included right. So in the provisioning plan clearly it will be mentioned. So if you're going to the existing user is there, then it's going to add the one. If the account is itself it's not created it. Clearly it will mention as create here the operation. So AD account already have in that scenario, it will be modified. If the account itself it's not exist, then the operation is going to create here in the provisioning plan. Okay. You okay? Let me rephrase it. What I'm saying is you. Can you tell me what is the requirement?